Have you ever watched a magician make a coin disappear, or guess the exact card you were thinking of and felt completely baffled? That moment of wonder when logic fails and the impossible seems real is what makes magic so captivating. But here's the truth. Magicians aren't bending the laws of physics or reading minds. They're simply exploiting the way your brain processes information. The real magic doesn't happen on the stage. It happens inside your head. Think about the last time you saw a magician make something vanish. Chances are, they didn't actually make it disappear, they just made you believe it did. Our brains don't process every single detail of what we see. Instead, they take shortcuts, filling in gaps based on past experiences and expectations. Magicians know this and use it to their advantage. For example, in the classic cups and balls trick, the magician appears to move a ball from one cup to another. But in reality, they're palming it or secretly dropping it into their lap. Your brain, however, follows the obvious movement of the cups, completely missing the sleight of hand happening right in front of you. One of the most powerful tools in a magician's arsenal is misdirection. This isn't just about looking the wrong way, it's about how attention works. Our brains can only focus on one thing at a time with full clarity. Magicians use this limitation by creating a distraction, a flashy gesture, a joke, or a dramatic pause while the real trick happens somewhere else. A famous example is the French magician Jean-Eugène Robert Houdin, who would accidentally spill a glass of water to distract his audience while he secretly switched an object. The spill wasn't a mistake, it was a carefully planned diversion. But misdirection isn't just visual. Magicians also use language to manipulate your focus. Have you ever noticed how they often say things like, "Watch this hand closely," or "Notice how there's nothing up my sleeve"? These phrases aren't just instructions, they're psychological nudges. By telling you where to look, they're also telling you where not to look. Researchers have found that when people are given verbal cues, they become less likely to notice unexpected changes, even if they're staring right at them. Another way magicians fool us is by taking advantage of memory illusions. After a trick, they might say something like, "Remember when I showed you the deck was completely ordinary?" The catch? They never actually did, but because they planted the idea, your brain fills in the gap, creating a false memory. This isn't just a magic trick, it's a well-documented psychological phenomenon. Studies show that people can be easily convinced they saw or experienced something that never happened, just by suggestion. Magicians use this to make their tricks seem even more impossible in hindsight. Timing also plays a huge role in magic. Magicians often use pauses and rhythm to control your expectations. For instance, if a magician tosses a coin in the air 3 times in a row, your brain starts to predict the 4th toss. But if they secretly keep the coin in their hand on the 4th throw, your brain will still see it flying upward because it expects it to. This is known as illusory motion, and it's why some of the simplest tricks can be the most deceptive. So why does any of this matter? Because the same tricks magicians use to amaze us are used in everyday life, sometimes with less innocent intentions. Advertisers, marketers, and even social media platforms use similar psychological tactics to guide our attention, shape our memories, and influence our decisions. Ever wondered why you suddenly want a product after seeing it in an ad, even if you didn't need it before? That's not coincidence, it's clever manipulation of your focus and emotions, just like a magic trick. The next time you watch a magician, don't just look for how they do it, ask yourself why it fools you. The real lesson of magic isn't about secrets or techniques. It's about understanding how easily our perceptions can be controlled. And once you see that, you'll start noticing the magic tricks happening all around you, not on stage, but in the way you see the world every single day. Now, here's a challenge. The next time you see a magic trick, try watching the magician's eyes instead of their hands. You might not catch every move, but you'll start to see the patterns, the subtle glances, the calculated pauses, the moments where they want you to look away. Because the greatest trick magicians pull isn't making things disappear, it's making you believe, even for a second, that magic is real. And the most amazing part, you're the one doing it to yourself.
Hey there, if you're enjoying this video and appreciate the effort behind it, don't forget to like this video. It really helps the channel grow, and if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you never miss an update. Oh, and one more thing, share this video with your friends. Spread the love and support. Alright, now let's get back to the video. Let me know if you want any tweaks.